Have you ever left a conversation feeling guilty, confused, or unsure of yourself? Have you agreed to something you didn't want just to avoid upsetting someone, or found yourself apologizing even though you were the one who felt hurt? Manipulation doesn't always look like control. Sometimes it sounds like concern. Sometimes it feels like love. And that's why it can be so difficult to recognize. Today, we're looking at 8 signs someone may be manipulating you. One difficult conversation doesn't define a person. What matters is a repeated pattern. And pay close attention to sign number 8. It often becomes clear only after the conversation is over. Sign 1. They make you doubt your memory. Have you ever clearly remembered something only to hear, "I never said that"? You're remembering it wrong. You always exaggerate. When this happens repeatedly, you may begin doubting yourself. You replay conversations and wonder whether you misunderstood. This can be a form of gaslighting. By making you question your experience, someone can make their version seem more believable. People can remember the same event differently. That alone isn't manipulation, but repeated denial that leaves you confused is worth noticing. Ask yourself, do I feel heard after speaking to this person? Or do I leave doubting things I felt sure about before? Sign 2. They use guilt to control your choices. Have you ever said no and immediately felt like a bad person? Maybe they replied, "After everything I've done for you?" Or, "I guess I care more than you do." Suddenly, your choice becomes a test of how much you care. Guilt is normal when we've genuinely hurt someone, but it becomes manipulative when someone uses it to change your decision. Over time, you may start agreeing just to avoid feeling guilty. Ask yourself, can I say no without being emotionally punished? Healthy relationships allow boundaries. You shouldn't have to ignore your own needs to prove that you care. Sign 3. They punish you by pulling away. Have you ever noticed someone becoming cold after you disagreed with them? Maybe they stop replying, they avoid you, or they suddenly withdraw affection. Instead of explaining what's wrong, they leave you guessing. This can make you anxious and eager to fix things. You may apologize, even when you did nothing wrong. Taking time to calm down is healthy, but using silence to punish someone is different. It can create fear around disagreement. Over time, you may start changing your behavior just to avoid being shut out again. Ask yourself, do they need space? Or are they using distance to make you give in? Sign 4. They always shift the blame. Have you ever confronted someone about something they did only to end up defending yourself? Maybe you explained that their words hurt you, but suddenly the conversation became about your tone, your mistakes, or something you did months ago. Before you know it, you're apologizing, and the original issue has disappeared. This is called blame shifting. It moves attention away from their behavior and places responsibility on you. Everyone becomes defensive sometimes, but when someone never accepts responsibility, notice the pattern. Healthy conversations leave room for both people to be heard. Ask yourself, can this person admit when they're wrong? Or does every problem somehow become your fault? Sign 5. They disguise control as concern. Has someone ever questioned your choices while claiming they were only worried about you? Maybe they criticize your friends, they tell you what to wear, or they discourage you from doing things without them. When you object, they say, "I'm only trying to protect you." Concern can be genuine, but healthy concern still respects your freedom. Control is different. It slowly makes you feel like you need permission to make your own choices. Ask yourself, do their concerns help you feel supported, or do they make your world feel smaller? Sign 6. They change the rules to benefit themselves. Have you ever felt like you could never get things right with someone? One day they expect honesty. The next day they become angry when you tell the truth. They may criticize you for needing space, but disappear when they want space themselves. The rules keep changing depending on what benefits them. This can leave you constantly trying to avoid making a mistake. You may start watching every word you say. Healthy relationships don't require you to keep guessing. Expectations should apply to both people. Ask yourself, are the rules fair and consistent, or do they change whenever the other person wants control? Sign 7. They make you responsible for their emotions. Have you ever felt responsible for keeping someone happy? Maybe they say, "You made me angry," or "If you cared about me, you wouldn't do this." Suddenly, their feelings become your responsibility. You may start changing your choices to avoid upsetting them, but everyone is responsible for how they handle their emotions. Your actions can affect someone. That doesn't mean you must manage every feeling they have. Ask yourself, can they express their feelings without blaming you? Or do their emotions always become something you have to fix? Sign 8. You leave conversations. Feeling confused. Have you ever finished a conversation and wondered what just happened? You started with a clear concern, but somehow you ended up feeling guilty, selfish, or completely unsure of yourself. This confusion can be an important sign. Manipulative conversations often move attention away from the real issue. They may include blame, denial, guilt, or sudden changes in the subject. By the end, you may forget what you wanted to say. One confusing conversation doesn't prove manipulation, but repeated confusion is worth noticing. Ask yourself, do conversations bring clarity, or do they leave you doubting yourself? Manipulation is not always obvious. Sometimes it appears through small patterns that slowly change how you think, feel, and act. Recognizing these signs doesn't mean judging someone after one difficult moment. It means noticing repeated behavior and paying attention to how those patterns affect you. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Bose Creates for more insights into the psychology behind everyday life. Thanks for watching.